morning, is it from Zetster's lab? I'm standing this morning, I've got my apron on, I'm ready to roll. Yesterday I went and bought paint. I needed some paint. I needed some paint brushes because my little one is now so skewed, nobody can work with this. And I've got this commission that I need to do of people walking on the beach. And as I was standing here, busy opening up the canvas, nothing is more scary and exciting than opening a large canvas. Well, I'm now so used to painting on these little small music sheets that this is going to be another challenge. Hello, Bella Blobs. And it rained last night and it was just magical. I just heard this rain on the roof. We haven't had rain in ages. It's so dry here. And as I was standing here preparing to start my commission, I looked out of the window, that round window there, and you can see the sea, and there's this huge container ship in red, this dark blue grey sea, and then you have all these clouds. The sky is blue, and then you have these white clouds, greys. There are so many colors in that one little scene. I love it. When my friend asked me to do this painting of her and her husband walking on the beach with a dog, she said, and use your vibrant colors. Oh, that made me so excited. Ach nee, Bella Blobs, gaan lê. She's now cold and now she wants to sit on me. And as I was looking out of the window, even though you only see blue and white and red, there's so many shades. And that's the thing. Life is never what we see with our five senses. We look out and we see and we smell and we hear, but that's not life. The life is in us, this abundant power and life that's in us. And this is the same that I see when I look out and I see that little scene of the boat and the beach and the waves and everything. There's so much more going on than what I just see with my eyes, with my natural eyes. So just know that in your life, it doesn't matter what you can see. It's what's really happening. There are so many things happening for your good. Always remember that. We don't have to understand it. We just have to know, and that is what it means to walk by faith. You have faith that everything is turning out for your and the all over good. And don't judge by appearances. That's also the thing. Never judge by appearances, by what you see. Know in your spirit that there's things happening. That's just amazing and awesome and powerful and mind-blowing. That's the thing. We need to lose our minds in order to walk in the Spirit. And walking by the Spirit means you walk by faith, not seeing, but knowing deep down in your spirit that all is well, all is unfolding perfectly, all is good. So yes, I'm going to start on this blank white canvas, and I'm just going to go with the flow and just see where I'm going, and applying paints and just see what colors, textures and colors are gonna, let's call it, evolve. It's magical. Life is magical if you stop seeing with your five senses and trying to figure out everything with your mind and just starting to live in the freedom of the Spirit and life in you, that is guiding you, providing for you what you need in order to experience the abundance now in the midst of any situation you're going through. We always believe, oh, I need to change my situation, things need to happen, then I'll be happy, then I'll have peace. I read another thing the other day, and he said, people believe that if they win $1 million or whatever, that they will have peace. And the man said, but if they don't have peace now, if they're only consumed by fear, and they get the $1 million, their fear will just increase by 1 million. You see, we need to deal with what is in us now, in this situation. That's our enemy. And the other thing that I read, I was not planning on this. What happens when I'm drinking my coffee and there comes a person and he walks into me, bumps me, and my coffee spills? What? Why? What happened? What spilled? And the moral of why did you spill the coffee? And the moral of the story is, it's not because the man bumped into you. It's because there's coffee in your cup. So, if there was tea in your cup, tea would have spilled. But now there's coffee in your cup. So, what happens with you when life situations comes that really rock this boat? What spills out of your cup? What you have inside your cup, that is what will spill out. If you have inside of you, if you walk in this absolute, if you are filled with life and joy and peace and patience and long suffering and abundance. I'm not talking here about physical. I talk about spiritual abundance and joy and power and wisdom. If that is what your cup is filled with, that's what's going to spill. But if life comes and it knocks you and you are consumed and bound by anger and fear and resentment and hate and racism and call it all those worldly things that keeps us hostage, then that is going to spill out. And those are the enemies that we need to deal with. Because inside of us, we are one with the absolute abundant power of life and spirit of our spiritual source, of our spiritual Father. Call it what you want, that absolute abundant life, that Christ life in you. That is who we are, deep, deep down. But then this will get a hold of us and we get bound with this fear and resentment and anger and all of these things. And then when life knocks you down, that's what's going to spill. And once again we get back to that. People are never our enemies. Flesh and blood and circumstances and things, they're not our enemies. Our enemies is what is keeping that abundant life in us from spilling out when we're knocked. And yes, to go through the lake of fire, call it that, call it storms, whatever you go through, it's for our good, because that shows you what's in your cup. So yes, let's get honest for a change. What's keeping you hostage? What haven't you dealt with in your life? I mean, I've been really through hell and back a couple of times these last 1.5 years. Oh boy, we've been through tough situations. I mean, first we were thinking we're going to New Zealand, then the for a job for my husband, then that fell through. Then I just made peace with that. When I made peace with that, and now we need to start making peace with staying again and living this life of faith, not knowing where our next salary is going to come from, whatever. And I just made absolute peace with that. And the next time Hubby came to me and he said, now we really have, he found this wonderful job in New Zealand. So all of a sudden there I need to start making peace with, now we're going again, making peace with leaving my life and my dogs and my home and my friends behind. It was tough. It was really tough. We sold everything. We sold our second car. We sold all our extra things. Oh, thank God for that. I'm so glad about that now. And really, we were packed, as most of you know, and we were ready to fly. We were going to travel, to start flying the next day. And then, boom, news, flash, everything. New Zealand locks its gates. We can't get in. And then it was the worldwide pandemic, and we cannot leave this country, and we couldn't leave our homes, and now we're still in lockdown, and I don't know, 4 months down the line. And all of a sudden I had to make peace once again, and dealing with all those things that were manifesting when my boat got rocked every time with something new. But in the process, when I look back, I'm rejoicing because I'm not the same anymore. After this year and a half and all these times that I was thrown into the lake of fire, that's abundant life of the life in me, that's burning all this rubbish that's keep me hostage out of me. So I can stand here, and this morning I was just sitting in bed, drinking my coffee, and I was just, these phrases, I'm on top of the world. Caveman, I cannot remember what the other one was. But I'm on top of the world. I'm enjoying my life. I'm having the ball of my life in the midst of this worldly craziness of absolute I have no suretyship or whatever you call it in anything. I mean, we're now starting over. We're just going, living each day, just doing what the Spirit allows, and just trusting that everything is unfolding perfectly. And I'm having the time of my life. So yes, I'm going to paint a fantastic photo, because the life of me painting is just going to flow and just going to paint, because I don't know what I'm going to do. So cheers, have a fantastic day. This wasn't my plan. I didn't plan on saying anything actually. But thanks for tuning in. I love you, and I just want to tell you, you've got this. The life in you is abundant. It's providing for you in this minute everything that you will need to experience the abundant peace and joy and power and wisdom that you need to get through this day victoriously, abundantly. We need to stop saying, oh, I'm going to make it, I'm going to press through this, let's just get through this day. We're wasting that appointment with the life in us this minute. Because all that we will ever have is this minute. Now. Now life happens. We're always in the now. Cheers for now. Is it from Zesters Labs and signing out. See you again. Bye.